If you follow us, you know we recently went to Kauai and had one of the most amazing trips of our lives and saw some things that were so mind-blowing we had to make this video about them. We posted about our trip on our pages on Instagram and TikTok and included some clips from these spots that we're going to review here. But we wanted to save these instructions for a longer video where we can explain a little bit more about why we would hold back some information. Some parts of this island are so unique and so special that we didn't want to expose them on our main channel where people who aren't even that interested could find out about them and potentially misuse the information or overcrowd them. We figured that if you found this video, it's because you either really care about doing the right things in Kauai or you just really like to travel videos in general. People who are too lazy or don't care enough to do their own research into what places to visit are not going to put in the effort to be good tourists and respectful travelers by following the guidelines and local laws. Everyone has a right to see places that are open and available, and we found the same places online doing our own research, so we're not putting information out there that didn't exist online before. It's all out there, but we wanted to put together the coolest spots for us, and like always, I'm saving the very best spot for last. And before we get into it, make sure to like this video and subscribe. It makes a big difference and help us to continue making this type of content. Many of you watching already know that the Na Pali coast is one of Kauai's and Hawaii's greatest treasures, and it might be what the island of Kauai is best known for. It has been featured in a number of big Hollywood films and TV shows like Jurassic Park, King Kong, and Pirates of the Caribbean. Just by driving, you can see a huge part of it up close, and the most known way for doing that is at the Kalalau Lookout. But it's definitely not the best way. People usually go there because it's convenient, it's got a parking lot, and requires almost no walking, but it's also surrounded by fences and gates as well as a lot of trees and bushes that are beautiful in their own way but obstruct the view of the coastline. If your goal is a great view of the Na Pali coast like this, head just a couple minutes down the road to a little trail called Pihea Trail. This trail has a parking lot too, so it's just as easy to get there as it is to get to the other lookout, but here you'll be able to see the coast unfeathered by any gates, fences, big trees, or large crowds. And don't worry, this view is technically on the trail, but it's just barely past the signpost, literally about as close as it could be from the start. If you go to a Walmart supercenter, the walk from your car to the entrance and then from the entrance to the back aisle is probably about the same distance as the parking lot to the trailhead and the trailhead to the view. For some reason, this spot is not as publicized or appreciated online, and it's so much better than the Kalalau Lookout. The only thing we saw in favor of the Kalalau Lookout is that it does get a really awesome view of the sun going down, which can be cool to stop by and see when you're there, but you don't fly to Kauai and drive up the mountain to see a sunset. You go to see the Na Pali coast, so we recommend stopping by the place with the best view of the mountain first. Just be careful near the edges because since there are no gates or fences, it makes the view a lot better but also potentially more dangerous. So just be smart and don't get too close. The Swing from Heaven. This place is so amazing, but before we say anything else, please be respectful if you ever go there. The people who put it up clearly wanted an experience out of the way and secluded. If people started to litter or stomp down the plants in the area or mess around on the swing and damage it, it would really ruin the place for everyone, including the people that built it, and might even lead to them taking it down. So make sure that if you go visit, you treat it well because it's amazing. To get there, you have to drive to the Moalepe trailhead. It's about 15 minutes from the Coconut Marketplace on the East Shore. This trailhead doesn't really have an official parking lot or anything, but there is an area across the road with space for a few cars to park. It might be easy to miss if you're not following a GPS, so watch for it. The trail itself is beautiful and fun with amazing views around every corner. We kept stopping every few minutes because we would see something that felt like the best view yet, and then would round a corner and see what felt like an even better view, and then an even better one. It's all super pretty. This is crazy. There are also cattle and horses in the land around the trail, and sometimes they can actually get out onto the trail. So watch for cows' pies and also actual cows.
Okay, so we were able to scare the cow away. I basically just got a little bit closer and started clapping really loudly and it went away. Thankfully, the Lord blessed me with an ability to clap really loudly. It always made my classmates really upset, and it's come in handy more than once.
There are also some really crazy spiders that we kept finding.
Yeah, me neither. Like, man, that's crazy.
As well as a bunch of toads once the sun went down.
Here, let's touch him.
No, don't touch it.
Keep in mind that there are no signs or markings that indicate where the swing is, So the easiest way to find it is to find the hike on alltrails.com or the Alltrails app and head 1.5 miles into the Moalepe Trail. Once you get close to 1.5 miles, start looking on the right side for the swing. It isn't too hidden, so you should be able to see the spot from the trail itself, but it can still be easy to miss if you're not paying attention. We've done a lot of crazy, amazing things and been to a lot of amazing places, and honestly,
This is one of the coolest places
This
we've
is
ever
so
seen.
cool. Look at this. This is
is
so
amazing.
beautiful. And there's a swing here.
the rope is long enough that you can for a second feel like you're soaring out over the Kauai wilderness. It's amazing. The final thing in our big three is so incredible it requires a warning. Please follow all the rules associated with the environment of this location. In order to preserve this site and to keep the turtles there coming back, you have to follow certain rules. This next site is a cove where sea turtles will beach to sleep, relax, and even interact with each other, and it's super crucial to keep the place as intact as possible. Remember that Hawaiian law requires that you don't get too close to any sea turtles you come across, and don't ever, under any circumstances, touch, or I can't even believe I have to say this, but ride one. Bothering and especially touching the turtles can harm or scare them from their natural habitat, and you can also end up paying a fine. If one comes up to you, gently keep your distance. It's dark in parts of the cove, and you might see a lot of turtles living around, but you're not allowed to use flashlights or flash photography. So don't turn on your flashlight on your phone, don't bring a headlamp. If you let your eyes get used to the darkness, it'll be visible after a couple seconds, and you'll have the most amazing experience. To get there, you have to go to the Ali'i Kai Resort. Most parking spaces there are reserved for guests only, so parking might be difficult. Try parking outside of the complex and walking in. Once you're there, you have to walk through between buildings 3 and 4, where there's a little trail running through the grass and leaves. That's the trail that will take you down to the seashore and eventually to the cove. But before leaving home, make sure to check this website to see how big the waves are on this side of the island, and this website to see the tides. Please do not forget to do that before you go. It varies a lot based on the time of the year, the weather, and even the time of the day, so check ahead to make sure you're going at a safe time when the weather is clear and the tide is as low as possible. Once you start heading down the trail, you'll soon notice that it gets pretty steep. The dirt can potentially turn into a very slippery and muddy trail, so be careful and pack good shoes.
It just keeps getting more and more steep. This is gonna be interesting. Maybe I should stop filming so I can have two hands.
Thankfully, parts of the trail have hand ropes for stability.
I'm holding an actual rope to climb down this freaking trail.
Once you get down to the bottom, you then climb over these sharp rocks where you can leave your things,
Just right there, it's not too far, there's a little ledge.
and from there, head down to this beach right here. That is where you enter the cove, which is in a curved U shape, and it spits you into another tiny beach where the turtles like to come up.
Wow. You can tell it's pretty dark. They like it that way because they're sleeping in here.
It's a truly amazing and special experience that definitely helps you appreciate the natural world and the environment on the island, as well as why it's so important to help preserve it. If you go to any of these places, do your best to be respectful with the land and wildlife, leave no trace, and if you want to go a step further, you can check out how to donate or get involved with one of these charities to help protect sea turtles and preserve natural habitats in Hawaii and the globe. And if you enjoyed learning about these places and would like to help us make more content like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.